Hello everybody, welcome to my 2.5 year inline skating progression video. It's been a while since I've posted on this channel, but I assure you that I have been skating this whole time very regularly. Skating has just kind of become a part of my life now. I don't see my life without it. It's just such a great form of exercise. It keeps me in shape. My body feels great when I'm doing it. And so it's just something that I always want to do. And if you're thinking about picking up a pair of inline skates, I cannot recommend it enough. It's changed my life for the better. And I'm sure you probably enjoy it as well. What you're seeing right now is just my routine, I guess, that I've built for myself. I like to skate trails mostly. I also like to skate parking lots, and I do go to the skate park a little bit. I don't really like to do aggressive skating anymore. That's kind of how I started. Now that I've switched to a pair of rockered inline skates, I just love the way they feel. And so I kind of chose to go down the wizard skating path. Wizard skating is kind of the biggest inspiration for my style of skating now, I guess. I love the moves and the way they feel, and all these things I'm doing now during this routine are kind of helping me move toward that goal of becoming a better inline skater and also wizard skater at the same time. So right now I'm just kind of working on single foot balance, which really helps with overall balance on skates. Not only has my confidence gone up a lot with just how I'm able to move on my skates, but I just feel more comfortable. The skates feel like a part of my body rather than an extension of it. Right now I'm working on different kinds of edge turnings. The fakie gazelle was kind of the first wizard skating move that I started to learn. It feels really natural and really fun to do. But it did take a few months of doing this over and over again to kind of get decent at these moves. And right here, you're kind of just seeing the beginning stages of me experimenting with these different wizard skating techniques. The original pair of skates that I had were a pretty generic rollerblade from the Rollerblade company. They were about $100, and they were a great beginner skate that I honestly recommend to beginners. But now that I've kind of become more of an intermediate skater, I did want to upgrade my skates, and so I decided to go with the FR2 80s. And I have these purple ones here because they were the cheapest one. But these FR2 80s, the reason I got them was because they have a rockered frame. And if you don't know what rockered frames are, basically the first and last wheel of your skate are lifted slightly off the ground, and the middle two wheels are what are making contact with the ground. This allows you to do very cool maneuvers on flat ground. It adds a lot of maneuverability to your skates and just feels really good. From switching from a flat setup to the rockered setup was definitely an adjustment at first. It took a few weeks to kind of get used to how they feel. But once I got used to them, man, they felt really good. So now here are some clips from the skate park that I go to. I don't skate the park much often, but I do like to do it as it kind of just helps further with solidifying these moves on various obstacles, and also just improving balance going up and down ramps and whatnot. The main thing that I've noticed an improvement in over the past year or so is my balance. I don't really get tripped up by rocks or small pebbles or sticks anymore. If I go over a stick, I'm not flying off my feet. I'm able to just keep my balance even when something unexpected happens, which is really cool to see. One of the biggest helpers for me in the process of learning inline skating was YouTube. So if you're somebody who is learning, I highly recommend going on YouTube and just searching up tutorials on various techniques. There are so many resources out there to help learn inline skating, and I probably wouldn't have learned so quickly if it wasn't for YouTube. I'll put some channels in the description that I really enjoy, channels that have really helped me progress and just learn more about the sport. But like I said, inline skating is just now a part of my life. It is very therapeutic for me. I'm just living completely in the moment when I put my skates on, and it makes me feel like a more confident person. One of my favorite things to do is to just put on music, go to the trail, and just go skate for half an hour. It helps clear my mind, makes my body feel pretty good. And the thing that I like the most about inline skating, I think, is there's just a feeling of progression and getting better. It makes you feel like you're doing something right. And that feeling is something I can't really trade for anything else. So now at this point, I have upgraded my skates once again. I went from just the standard frame that the FR280s came with, and I upgraded to the Endless 90 frame. And this frame has completely changed everything for me. This frame has made me love rollerblading even more. It just feels so good to skate on these. It honestly feels like skiing a little bit. As someone who has skied in the past, it feels very similar. It definitely took a little bit to get used to. The frames are pretty heavy, so my feet felt pretty heavy at first. And on top of that, the wheelbase, meaning the length that your skates are pretty much, is much longer compared to, a 4x80 setup. So that also took a bit to get used to. So I was kind of stumbling around at first, but once I got used to the skates and the frames, they felt so good. And now here's when I'm starting to really lock in the, wizard skating moves. Working on the individual moves themselves, but as you see, I'll start to get better at chaining the moves together and just flowing in between the different moves. And that's kind of where the magic happens. And while I've been working on these moves, I'm still doing the core techniques that I was doing in the beginning of the video, just to keep solidifying better balance, better control, which is what allows you to do these moves here. In terms of goals moving forward for my inline skating journey, this year I'd really like to work on learning 360 jumps. That's something I've been slowly working on over the past few months. I also would like to get better at my single foot balance, getting better at edge turning on one foot. And another goal that I have is to work on the mohawk stance. That is a stance where your feet are kind of pointed outwards. It's very difficult to find the balance for it. I've been working on that over the past few months, and I feel like I'm still struggling, but I kind of have faith that it'll eventually become natural, since that is kind of what happened with everything else that I've learned so far. It feels weird at first, but it just gets to a point where you can do it without really much effort, and that's why I love this so much. It's why it feels so rewarding to put a lot of time and effort into a move and then finally be able to do it with just minimal effort. But this parking lot that I've found is perfect. The ground is so smooth, feels so nice to skate on, and it's just great for drilling these moves and working on technique. I'm not sure if I'll be posting another video again soon. We'll kind of see. I don't really like to record often when I'm skating, since it's like a very meditative thing for me. I find that trying to record kind of takes me out of the moment a little bit, but it is fun and important to look at your skating, because you will be able to see things that you can change. And one of the biggest things that I notice with my skating is I tend to kind of slouch inward, if that makes sense. My feet are kind of angled and not really straight when I'm just standing. And that is a problem that I've kind of had since the beginning of my skating journey. And also just a problem that I have in general. I have very flat feet. And once I saw the recording of me with this posture, I was like, alright, I need to make a change because this doesn't look that great. And so since I've noticed that, I've been really working on managing my flat feet, working on standing upright, feet straight, and all that. And it's definitely improved. It took a few months, but if you go back to the beginning clips, you'll definitely see the difference. And it was really cool to see that. I'm still working on it, and it's still continuing to improve. But I'm really glad I noticed it, and the only reason I did was because I recorded myself skating. If anybody who is a more advanced skater has any tips for me, I would love to hear them. I'm always looking to improve, and I always appreciate people who are more advanced giving tips and stuff. That is how we all get better together. But yeah, I'm just going to let the rest of the clips play out. Thank you very much for watching. Keep on skating. And if you're somebody who's been thinking about skating, you should do it.